Riven Publishing 2025. Written and created by Dave E. Frank, all rights reserved.
From the book, Stories and Stogies, Lies, and the Occasional Half-Truths from Old Red.
Chapter 16. The Salt Line. San Cristobal Quintessence Robusto, Nicaragua. Paired with Weller Antique 107 on the Gulf Coast of Texas. The wind off the Gulf smells of rust and salt, the kind that chews through the hull of ships and the bones of old memories. Old Red sits on a handcrafted driftwood bench facing the water. Behind him, across a gravel lot, a weathered oyster shack. Today, unseasonably humid. The San Cristobal between his fingers burns evenly, rich, nutty, a touch of sweetness, like something from a past you enjoyed. The Weller Antique 107 is warm tonight, high-proof, cherry-kissed, with a cinnamon bite that reminds you you're still alive. He draws off the Cristobal. Smoke wafts towards the Gulf.
In my opinion, there's family. And then there's relatives. People you share blood with, but not much else.
Red watches the waves lap on the dock, steady and indifferent. Enjoys a mouthful of Weller.
I was 43 when I met my father. Not the man who raised me. The man responsible for my presence on Earth. Or so I'm told. I was here in Galveston, laying low as usual. I went into that oyster shack right behind me for lunch. As I'm ordering, my waitress is staring at me like I just proposed to her.
Smoke drifts past his face. Red squints toward the water.
She says, "You look exactly like the guy who comes in here every Tuesday. Sits at the same table, always alone. Brings a stack of out-of-town newspapers to read. Guess he's not interested in the local rag." I'm not sure what to think at this point. She rushes behind the bar, comes back a few seconds later with a faded photo. "This is him," she said. "Harold. You two look like you're related."
Red taps the cigar against the edge of the bench. Ash falls like a quiet confession.
She wasn't wrong. The resemblance was inconvenient. I didn't go to Galveston looking for ghosts, but sometimes they find you.
Red takes a slow sip. The bourbon stings less this time.
So I came back the following Tuesday. There he was, alone, with a stack of newspapers. Terry, the waitress, tells the gentleman I wanted to meet him. He waved me over. I introduced myself, used an alias. He reciprocated, asked me to join him. For a split second, our eyes locked, and I knew. No test needed. We talked about bourbon, our love of cigars, his opinion on baseball since the strike, polite talk. We both avoided the obvious, like gentlemen.
Red checks the burn line. Still even, still calm.
After about an hour, I told him I had a prior engagement and needed to go. "Nice to meet you, Harold," I said. He nodded. "You too." But not in the way that meant anything. And that was that. I left Texas the next day. That afternoon at the shack stuck with me for a while.
Smoke wafts around his head like a thought returning.
A few years later, I'm back in Galveston. Same shack, same waitress. When she saw me, her eyes teared up. "Harold passed last month," she told me. Said the morgue didn't know who to call, so nobody came. They cremated his body and stuck him on a shelf.
Red refills his glass. The Weller hits harder as the memories catch up.
I made some calls, pulled some strings, got his ashes released to me. No funeral, no eulogy, just a small wooden box, lighter than I imagined. He was a man who left no trace. I figured I'd do the same.
He sets the empty glass down. It rocks slightly in the breeze.
Took a drive towards the salt flats, where the salt crusts over the mud and the sky feels wider than the world. Box in hand, I walked out to the middle, opened the box, let the wind carry what it wanted. The rest I poured in a line. No tombstone, ashes merging with salt. A line that was probably gone by morning.
Red relights the San Cristobal. The flame catches without hesitation.
That day I didn't bury a father, just marked a man's passing. He deserved that. Also that day, I put both of us to rest.
Cigar notes. San Cristobal quintessence, robusto, Nicaragua, nutty, balanced, with a sweet undertone and rich, aged draw. Best smoked when you're finally able to rest.